allegedly people are mad at each other. You know what I mean? There's comments coming out about whose fault. It seems like the coaches are always blaming Tom. And then allegedly now Bleacher Report is reporting that there's real tension between Brady and Arians. I guess that's actually Maziano's reporting that from ESPN. The Bucks coach is reportedly unhappy with TB12's performance after the team added weapons he wanted, like Rob Gronkowski and Antonio Brown, says ESPN's Dan Maziano, reported by Bleacher Report. I mean, yeah, if you're losing games, people are not going to be happy. If you're getting blown out like that, obviously it's not just Tom's fault. There's a lot of things going on, but it does feel like that place is potentially broken. Now, you look at their schedule. They got 4 easy games coming up. They should win the next 4 games. And hopefully in the next 4 games, they'll get a little confidence. You know what I mean? They'll be able to get going because there's zero swag from that team. They all look scared. They all look like they're not enjoying what they're doing. It's very interesting to watch that defense against Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay a couple years ago, and now that defense playing against anybody else. It's that whole they need they need a glue guy down there.
Yeah,
Ooh.
they need a glue
They
guy.
need a glue guy down there that's like, hey boys, let's go ahead and we got enough talent, boys.
on.
We got all the pieces we just needed here. So I don't know if that's a coaching thing or, maybe a Sarah Fuller needs to get in there like day to day in the locker room, like that type of player
how you win.
who wants to say like, hey, we need to do some more stuff. But for me, that is something that's something that they need is a little bit more swag. It feels like they need a lot more swag. And that swag and confidence comes from success. And success comes from your fundamentals, which are learned in practice, which it feels like once you start looking at it all, it feels like they got a lot to figure out down there. But they are not playing how I thought they were going to be playing. They're not playing how most people thought they were going to play. They actually alluded to that during the game yesterday where Bruce Arians came out and said, they gave us the Super Bowl in August or whatever, whenever we were. And I feel like a lot of people thought that because of how talented their roster was. That was before Antonio Brown, who's still good at football, by the way. Still good at football. I don't know how it's going to work out down there. Who knows what the future is down there in Tampa, by the way? Is Tom done after this year? Is Tom going to fall out of love with football after this year? After 20 years of having, success and being on top of the world, and you've made over, a few $100 million at this point? You got other companies blossoming. Your family's growing up. Do you just go, 6 Super Bowls is good enough for me? Or do you say, oh, this is one more challenge for me. Let's see what happens. Is BA going to be there next year? Who knows? Is that offense going to remain the same? Who knows?
I got up here a little bit earlier today, Pat.
Oh,
and
really?
I watched some of it. And you guys started talking about the Patriots. Or no, you started talking about the Bucks and Bruce Arians, the whole relationship. And I wrote down here on my little sheet of paper, I was like,
whoa.
Does Tom have the power to get Josh McDaniels in there as the head coach next year? And you said it, as I'm thinking this and writing it down, you're like, can you imagine Josh McDaniels down there? And I was like, geez, we're on the same wavelength. So I'm wondering, like, if it continues to go this way, is there any chance that we see Tom Brady try to find a way to just I don't want to say screw over Bruce Arians, but say, hey, I got another season left on my contract here. Let's win a Super Bowl, and then McDaniels can just take this thing and run with it.
Let's talk about your notes that you took there. Incredible idea by you, by the way. I'm happy you wrote that down. And we talked about this last week. The fact that hand can even grab something the right way
Insane.
is very impressive. You know what I mean? Very, very impressive now that we think about it. But let's talk about that notes section there. McDaniels, now Randy was there, I guess. Was McDaniels offense coordinator when Randy was there?
No.
Charlie Weiss? Who was it?
It was after Weiss. I don't know the name per se.
McDaniels and Brady have had a lot of success without just a stacked lineup at the weapons department, right? I mean, if you think about that offense, it's just, obviously it's the same reason they were, as Bruce Arians titled it, handed the Super Bowl in August. That Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, who I think is up, he's really, really good at the football. Yes. I think my respect level for him. Now, granted, I know last year they both had massive seasons, everything like that, but we didn't watch them on TV every single week, which we knew what would happen whenever Tom gets down there. We get a chance to respect and appreciate them a little bit more. Those two are unbelievable. Then you add an Antonio Brown. It looks like he's still got it. Gronk feels like he's still got it. You have Rojo, who has only got the ball 9 times last night, rushed for 66 yards. He's able to go. Leonard Fournette seems to be broken as well, but they got him late in the season, maybe with an offseason. listen, if McDaniels was able to utilize his big brain and know exactly what Tom Brady likes and what Tom Brady doesn't like, that's the thing. Now, I'm not saying Byron Leftwich and Bruce Arians' offense is not success having a bull. Okay?
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Wow.
I'm not saying that at all. Like, I think that offense can be successful, but I don't know if Tom Brady is the guy to be successful in that offense that is happening down there. There's next to no play action. The run game's non-existent. They ran it 5 times 3 weeks ago. They ran it 11 times yesterday. It's just like a balanced offense has always been the Patriots thing. Like, hey, that's why you knew who the running backs were. That's why you knew the play action was going to work for them. There's a lot of plays that kind of go into the thing. They're not doing it. But if McDaniels, who knows Tom Brady inside and out, and he's wanted to be a head coach before he was in Denver, he took the job in Indianapolis, flew there, turned the plane back around and said, fuck you, I'm out. Whoa. That whole thing. I don't know. That would be a weapon. But aside from that, are they done with Bruce down there? Or do they think it's potentially Bruce's fault?